What's going on, everybody? For the replay crew, we'll start this up right now. This video is going to be about what your 2024 collection, I guess, resolutions are. There it is. That's the word, resolutions, as well as what your favorite figures were from 2023. So that deal. Leave that in the comments. I will tell you. I won't tell you my top figures for 2023 because I'm currently working on that video, but I will tell you I've got probably the strangest resolution you'll hear anybody have when it comes to collecting, and that is I want to spend more money this year than any other year that I've spent collecting, which to be honest shouldn't be too hard because I generally spend between $2,000 and $2,500. But I figure if I spend more than that this year, that's a sign that Toypixx is doing well. So it's really just Toypixx is crushing it. Now I can buy more stuff enough for Toypixx. So that's me. Let's see what's going on with everybody else. Because I want to know top figures. I want to know resolutions. I want to know all the things. All right. We have nothing going on yet in the comments section, but that's okay, for I am verbose. Anyway, I've also got this going, and I'm standing or sitting by a window. It's kind of chilly, so we're going to put this on. And it's not like I don't run heat. I just don't run stuff that's crazy hot because I'm like that. I used to be the guy that couldn't handle cold very well, and now, for whatever reason, I tolerate cold much better. I guess I'm probably, maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Let me know that. Are you guys into cold, heat, whatever? I do prefer heat to cold. I'm not one of those that's like, yes, but you can always wear more stuff, but you can't take enough stuff off if you're super hot. And I'm like, I can, and then I can shave. These are weird things to say. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And I have a few windows open here. Oh, we have the people. Cassidy, hello there, man. Thank you for showing up. All right, so the question falls to you. What are your 2024 collecting resolutions, and who have been or who were your favorite 2023 figures? These are the things we all must know. And I also called up, I was smart enough before this thing started, where I have a tab open for Big Bad Toy Store, a tab open for Amazon, and a tab open for eBay. So any figures we talk about or any figures people want to see, I'll just go to one of those three. Big Bad Toy Store has tons of stuff. Amazon can fill in those gaps. And eBay, it's just going to have it all, but it's eBay. That's kind of where we're at with that one. It's no good at all. But yeah, I keep trying to figure out what all I should spend money on if Toypixx goes nuts. And I'm going to need better equipment and all kinds of stuff. Ooh. Oh, hey, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, sir. Thank you very much for stopping by, man. It's been, what, a couple weeks now? How'd the live stream go tonight, by the way? Anyway, let's see. What do we got? Harry, Dave, what's going on, man? I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. So what do you got? What are some 2024 collecting resolutions, and what were your favorite characters or figures of 2023? That goes for you as well, Rulo. I showed the top 5. Or were you late? I think you showed them. Rulo is one of the Fat DeLoreans, guys. Good times. That was a fun chat. It's always good to check those out. Blast, you know. Harry, Frazetta Girl's Dark Wolf. So you got her already? Like, I saw that Jay Hernandez posted a picture and he got her. So, but I didn't see, or he got him. I didn't see where he took him out of the box yet. So I didn't really get a good look at how well he moved, but it's possible that that's there already and I just didn't see it. I was looking on the Twitter sphere and things get crazy there. Oh my goodness. We got Apostle 22. Thanks for showing up. Happy New Year and looking forward to more Toypixx in 2024. I appreciate that. And everybody say hi to Apostle 22. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this your first time on the live stream or first time commenting? Whatever it is. Thank you very much, man. That's awesome. Now, to put the spotlight on you, what were your favorite figures from 2023? And do you have any collecting resolutions for 2024? I said at the beginning, but in case you guys didn't hear, I'm not going to tell everybody what the figures are because I'm working on that video right now. But as far as resolutions, I want to spend more money on this stuff than I ever have this year, like in previous years, which I figure shouldn't be too hard because I'm generally between $2,000 and $2,500. So yeah, and the reason I want to do that is it's a sign that Toypixx is doing well. So there's mine. What do you got? Let's keep it going. Mr. Mason, Happy New Year, man. Thanks for stopping by. Did everybody get crazy last night, by the way? I got to tell you, for yours truly, I really didn't. I had a dinner that was... it was just wings, basically. And it was wings with some kind of sauce. And they were good, but they were greasy. And last night, I couldn't fall asleep because you ever have just that feeling of, whoa, like just your whole body feels like grease, like a grease trap. It's kind of horrible. That's how I was last night. I don't think I fell asleep till around 3. But I was awake for the whole New Year thing. But yeah, I fell asleep around 3, and one of the but something I've been trying to do for a while now is get up at 5. That wasn't happening this morning. I did get up at 9, so I feel like I got to catch up on the old sleep. But yeah, what'd everybody do last night? Anything crazy? Because, hey, that's fun stuff. Harry, what came out or what we acquired? What you acquired, like what are your top figures that you own for 2023? And then again, resolutions. Am I the only one that actually has a collecting resolution? Like I know I made a video before about 6 lines that I'm going to focus on, but then I kind of blew that because then I got a cartoon He-Man. I'm like, oh no, I'm probably going to end up getting a few more of these, and that makes it 7. And suddenly 2 lines are from Mattel. Now they're all like cartoons kind of origins, and then Turtles and Grayskull is origins. I haven't collected Mattel anything since I was big into Hot Wheels, and I was big into Hot Wheels as like a collector. Like I wasn't that guy that was going to the store at like 7 a.m. scrounging through all the Hot Wheels things, scrounging, by the way, but digging through all that stuff to find the one Hot Wheel that might be worth something in 10 years. I don't know. I wasn't that guy. I'm talking, I haven't collected the Mattel line since I was a kid. So yeah, very weird that I'm going to suddenly be into 2 lines this year. And neither one's Masterverse, but that's because I guess I don't see the cartoon line and the Turtles and Grayskull line as kind of collectible toys. I see them more as figures that kids could play with, kids can find a store. I do want to make sure that this content's available for parents to be able to show their kids so they can have fun taking toy photography with them. And so part of it was that, and part of it was specifically for Turtles and Grayskull. I just thought that was a really cool idea. So yeah, I guess I'm stoked about all that stuff. Mr. Metzen, let's see. 5 Loose Collector Red Sonia. Ooh, she does look good. 4 Mafex Nightwing. 3, dang it, Valaverse Warpath Eclipse. I was on Valaverse's site last night looking at her, and she does look good. That'll be one of those lines that once Toypixx like goes nuts, I'm just going to go crazy. Like, I could spend more than $2,000 or $2,500 just troop building Valaverse. That stuff is nuts. I want more. Mesco Conan the Conqueror, Food Planet Veteran William. I have Crocker, and Crocker feels, I guess the best way to describe him is clunky. How's William? Does he feel a little more, I guess, not clunky? I don't know exactly what to say there. But yeah, Crocker just feels, he has a great look and I like him, but he just feels clunky. And so it's kind of got me. So I to pick up Blade Master Wang specifically. I think he just has a good look. But Veteran William, a lot of people are talking about. And so that might be kind of cool to grab too. I just don't want a clunky fear, I guess. But yeah, and Mezco Conan the Conqueror. I know we were talking about Conan the other night. Is Conan the Conqueror one I should get? If I did, I have to go nuts and get a Conan. I know that he's going to suck on the secondary, but hey, if Toypixx is making all the money, who needs to worry about secondary market prices? You know, chump change. I have no idea what any of that was. But thanks for sharing the list, man. That's awesome. Those are some quality figures. See, resolutions are for the weak. Either do or do not. There is no try. Dang it. You know what kills me is, let's see. That, oh, wrong way. That, come on, Dave, you got it. That picture right there, it's basically a flat thing of Yoda stamps. And so now I'm reminded of that picture. Yeah, you're right, though. I mean, I must spend all the money. I just need to make the Toypixx making the money so I can spend all the money. Oh, Action Force is going to clean me out. All kinds of companies are going to clean me out, but that's where the fun's at, right? Cool. Mezco Colina? Who's that? I do not know this. Help me, Harry. You're my only hope. All right. Must push buttons. Come on. William is smooth, so customizable. I need 2 to 3 more. Excellent. You know, smooth probably is the right word for the anti-key. Awesome. All right, he's on the list. I have been curious about the man or the wolf. See, I'd get Barbarian or Khan. They're both awesome. I passed on King Conan. Yeah, I don't think of, like when we were talking, I think you were in the chat for the whole pop culture conversation when we were talking about all that. I think we all landed on King Conan isn't like the definitive version of Conan. You need something more like Conqueror or Barbarian. But yeah, I wasn't exactly sure which one to go for, but they both look good, so who knows? Who knows what's going on? Let's see. All right, Harry. What you got now? Let's see. First time doing this on a tablet. Sorry. That's okay, man. I'm not worried at all. I'm sure you'll get it ironed out. Hey, let me know, guys, now that I am at full screen right now, is the picture that you're seeing, is that as grainy as it has been the last couple live streams? I only ask because I've got like the circle light here. I've got one of the photo lights there. I got another photo light there. And I've got my crazy big like light I use when I'm working at the computer back there. So I'm trying. My guess is it's grainy because I didn't have enough light on me, ISO adjustment, all that stuff. And so I'm hoping this picture's coming in a little clearer. But let's see. We shall see when you guys answer all the questions, I suppose. So what are some lines here? All right, you know what? Let's go to Big Bad. I'm going to do that. Oh, shoot. You know what? I got all prepared with StreamYard, and then I forgot I have to open a new tab or a new window. So I'll do that in the middle here. Picture's jumpy and grainy. It freezes from time to time. I don't like that. My Wi-Fi should be good. Don't know why it would be freezing. But that explains quite a bit, really. Let's see. Hold on. The cord's right by my feet. No, everything seems pretty tight as far as all that's concerned. Gotta figure out what's going on with the graininess. That's gonna drive me crazy. Especially, you know, I know how to do this stuff, which makes it even more irritating. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'll have to figure it out at another time. But now that I know that, I'll mess with it some. Hopefully try and get it all solved for next time. Let's See, webcam, it's actually on a laptop. So my guess is maybe it's just something like I thought maybe I should get in settings and mess with it and see if I could make an adjustment with that, but I didn't do it. I just didn't think about like I had that thought a couple days ago and then quickly forgot that thought. So I'll probably get in after the live stream and see if I can make adjustments that way. Let's see. There is a signal icon on the upper right of Streamlabs. It shows when you're being throttled. Ah, like Homer Simpson style. Let's see. I don't see anything. I've got StreamYard, so I was trying to see if there was anything that's showing anything like that. I love, thanks guys for being tech support. I had to kind of be that in my own life, and that's a problem. Nobody should ever expect me to be their tech support. I don't see anything offhand. We'll keep playing streaming. Okay, let's see. Maybe. Oh, okay, I see it. It is up on the. I wonder why. That doesn't make any sense. I was looking outside the. Oh. Has it been jumpy in the past? Because if so, maybe I need to get out of. Not be in this room. Let's see. For the next one. All right. What we got? See if you can use your DLSR to use as a streaming camera. I can't. That makes me sad. The DSLR is it's a 2005 or 2006. So yeah, it doesn't even do video. I'm telling you, man, I'm running this ship on a budget, but that'll be something that I'll be looking at too. That's something else I want to do for Toypixx. I want to do all kinds of upgrading. This is no good. I was making a joke about the blank background for a few videos there, and it's not funny anymore. It irritates me. It's got to go. Makes me angry, like Hulk smash style. All right. Crikey, Spaded One, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. All right, here we go. Collecting resolutions for 2024. And what were your favorite figures in 2023? Hopefully that all came out clear, because I'm looking at the signal and it's just not looking awesome. Let's see. Although it says it's okay. Connection is unstable. Oh, here we go, guys. We have unstable connection. I have no idea how to fix that while I'm doing this. Not cool. Not cool. All right, let's see. Is your laptop hardwired or on wireless? It's on wireless. Should I just try and plug it directly into the wall? Because if so, I can do that, and we'll make that adjustment pretty easily, I think. Actually, you know what? It is hardwired. It's plugged into an extension cord right now that's plugged into the wall. If that makes any difference. Let's see. Boom. Yep. All right. Let me see what happens there. Maybe the extension cord is too long. It's not feeding it or something. Of course, I'm already talking out my you-know-what. All right, we are plugged directly into the wall without the extension cord. How are we doing? Okay, it's still giving me unstable. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. This is making me sad. All right. Whoop. I miss stuff. I hate when that happens. Top figs of the year, easily. Jada Street Fighter. All three of them. Fave Legends. Let's see. 97 Wolverine. Fave Multiverse. Nightfall Batman. Fave Joe, General Hawk. Man, yeah, Hawk has that articulation that I really dig. And Jada, it's ridiculous. Like, the fact that they can do what they do with licensed figures for 25 bucks is insane. The only thing I can figure is either Capcom doesn't have, like, the insane... There's basically three things coming into play that I can think of, I guess. So either Capcom doesn't have the crazy prices on the license, or Jada doesn't expect as much of a profit margin as Hasbro, or, and this one's probably the really big one, Jada doesn't have shareholders. Like, they're not a publicly traded company. I'm sure they have some stakeholders hanging out that are maybe helping them along, but it's not the same thing necessarily. So it's either one of those three or maybe a combination of all three. But yeah, man, I love the Jada figures. Like, I'm going nuts for all things Jada. I need all the Jada because they're that good. So yeah, I'm with you there. 97 Wolverine, he looks pretty good. I will tell you, my favorite legend for the year is Black Widow, bar none. I think Black Widow is the best Marvel legend that they've ever made. And I had a bunch of them way back when. See, Nightfall Batman looks good. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, Jada Street Fighter is insane. All right. Let's see. Still unstable. This is making me sad. Okay. Let's see. At least he's wearing, yep, I am. That would have been bad. I wondered if you guys were getting a nice shot of me there, just plugging things in. Yay, throat clears. Faded one. Jaded Toys plays well enough with Legends to make a Marvel versus Capcom display as well. Just top-notch stuff. You know, I took when I first got Ryu, I took a picture of him with Spider-Man. And it was the Mafex Spider-Man. But I still feel saying Mafex because that's just a mightier sounding name. Anyway, I digress. They looked perfect. Like Mafex, Marvel Legends, couple Jada with any of them, and they look phenomenal, guys. Like, it's ridiculous how good they look. I don't know how they did it. Chester Cheetah. I love Chester Cheetah. Like, I want to do just like weird, like actiony stuff, like have him in the background because I don't have a red Deadpool. So Chester Cheetah might just fill in that role where he's just being a jerk to everybody or something. I don't know. But yeah, man, he's incredible. And as are the Street Fighter figures. They blow me away. All right, let's see. That Black Widow is nice. My bro collects Legends, and I just couldn't get him to buy it. Oh, no. Man, you know, I was thinking about what they did for her. She's only $3 more than a basic Marvel Legend. She has 3 heads. She has 3 sets of hands. She has 3 of the Widow Bite things where one's regular, one has smoke, one has like a blast coming out of it. She has a blast effect. She has a smoke effect. She has a gun. She's got so much stuff. And for only $3 more, plus she has the articulation that's as good as their best Spider-Man. The only thing keeping her from being perfect, there's 2 things for me, for my own personal taste. She doesn't have a ball peg waist. If they replace the ab crunch with the ball peg, that would be perfection. That's the big one. But then the finish, like the way that the color black all over her isn't, like, some areas it's a little matte, some areas it's a little more glossy. If she had a finish that matched all the way down, oh man, I would not be sitting here. Like right now I'm thinking, yeah, it's your like Mafex come out with a Black Widow. But if they had done those things, I wouldn't be thinking that at all. I'd be like, nah, this Black Widow's fine. But yeah, I think she's incredible. Sorry that you just couldn't get him to buy it. That makes me sad because she is just that darn good. All right. No Ethernet cable, not power. I'll tell you, I'm plugged directly into the wall at this point with just the cable running from the laptop. I wonder, maybe I just unplug it all and see what happens. I mean, it's got plenty of charge. Let's see. And I don't know, it's a Mac. Wonder if that makes, because usually Macs don't have, oh, that looks like it got way worse. Oh, now it says it's barely, oh, now it's unstable. Dang it. All right, we're plugging it back in. Get a good look at the drapes and the light and the orange stains because I had stuff hanging there by everybody. All right, let's see. Yeah, this has, like, its only port is the one that connects into the battery, the power. But I'm sure I could get some kind of adapter. I just don't have it. How long do you, on average, spend on taking a pic from setup to final edits? Trying to think. I took a few yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before. No, it was yesterday. Anyway, probably setup to final edits a little under an hour, probably around 40, 45 minutes. It's not that bad once you get the figures set up. Once you have the figures set up and once you have the lighting good to go. Now, it doesn't take that long if I'm only shooting, say, 1 or 2 figures. But like the shot I posted today, the Happy New Year shot with the 7 characters running, that one was a little harder just because it takes a little longer to set them up. But really, the edits aren't that bad. The lighting generally isn't that bad. It's really the setup of the figures that takes the time. So there you go. Yeah, I'm getting generally probably anywhere from 25 to 45 minutes is probably pretty close to where I'm at with all that. Oh, excuse me while I do that. Let's see. I got Ryu, Fei Long, and Chun-Li on a display base with Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Iron Man. It works. Oh, I'm assuming you have the Iron Man that came with the huge cannon, because that would be absolutely perfect. Oh, man, yeah, that would look good. I've got the Mayfix Mafex Iron Man, but he's not the Marvel vs. Capcom one. So really, the only one I had that would work. I don't think when it came to Wolverine with Marvel vs. Capcom, he was in his tiger stripe suit, right? He wasn't in the brown and tan, because that's the one I've got. So, and I don't think he was in that one. So basically, I only have Spider-Man to really Marvel vs. Capcom it up. But I do plan on getting Mega Man. Probably, I mean, he's only $20, and I'm spending that on Mote figures. That's something else. I'm wondering how Mega Man is going to compare with like a turtle of Grayskull as far as parts count, as far as how many parts were used to assemble them and all that stuff. These are the things that I'm always curious about. But yeah, now I'm digressing. But yeah, Ryu, Fei Long, and Chun-Li, just on any display is going to look good. And with that, the 97 Wolverine looks great. Spider-Man, Iron Man, that's going to be a good looking setup, I'm sure. All right, Mr. Matson, what have we? Spiral and Black Widow are the best Marvel Legends that came last year. I'm curious because I've seen Spiral make a lot of lists, but I also saw her make a lot of lists last year, I think. Was she 2023 release? Was she just really late in 2022? I don't know. I'm just wondering. I'll tell you, the only thing that kept me from buying Spiral is a lack of anything at the waist. And yet, when I look at her, it's not like there's any kind of twist with her diaphragm joint that's going to make her that bad. I guess also maybe the X-Men are my franchise when it comes to Marvel, but I wasn't a big Mojo World guy. So maybe that stopped me too. Or maybe it was, I really got to prioritize what I'm going for, and so that stopped me. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm just curious. Not quite sure about that one. When Spiral came out. Happy New Year, Robert Online. Thanks for showing up, sir. So the question remains, what are your 2024 collecting resolutions, and what were your top figures of 2023? Because I want to, kind of keep things coming back around to stuff. Let's see, love Jada's stuff. Can't wait for the rest of the Street Fighter. And those Mega Man figs look great also. Yeah, man, I'm excited about those. What's the line? Is it Cyberpunk that they've also shown in glass cases? Like, honestly, I played Street Fighter. I played Mega Man. But it wasn't like I was this guy that really got into it and knew the story of everything and all that stuff. I just see what Jada's doing, and I'm like, these are great figures. These are necessary for pretty much any, I suppose, appreciator of action figures to have in their collection, because they're just that awesome. The one thing that scares me is June said they're going to get into another property, and I think they're going to do it at SDCC, but I'm not sure. I just don't want him to get spread too thin. I know it sounds like he's kind of directing a lot of projects, but I'm sure he's also a lot hands-on than other people. I don't want him to get so spread thin that the quality starts slipping because, like we've all been saying tonight, they're making some great stuff, and I don't want to see it go downhill. Like, I don't want to see it be a. I know Shartimus Prime asked the guys, the Marvel Legends team, about doing fewer figures that they could really up the quality with, and they said they can't via the contract. And I don't want to see June fall into the trap where he's got to keep pumping out figures, and so one after the other, and some of them start to dip in quality. I probably belabored that point, but that's something I really don't want to see because I think his stuff right now, all their stuff is just crushing it. So when are we going to get a collection tour? Man, you know what? Somebody else asked, and it might have been, was it you? I don't know. I've had it asked by a couple times and all that. So it could have been you, could have been other people. It seems to be a popular thing people ask about. I don't have a great display. So the way that I would probably end up doing a collection tour, and in fact, my display is so bad, the figures basically live in drawers. So I don't have tons of room to put up shelving and all that stuff. I mean, I've been working on that, so I could, but that'd be something else that would be a Toypixx expense. So not there yet, but I think we'll be there by the end of this year. And it's seeming like things are on the upswing in that regard. But the way I'd probably do the video is pull out my Mafex figures, and I'd shoot those, and then maybe the next group, maybe I'd pull out my NECA TMNT, which grew from 4 to 10 over Christmas. Thanks again, family. And then it would probably be, like my Jada, my classified, I'd break it up by that, and there'd be like a chapter. Like the video might be half hour, 40 minutes, and it would be a chapter of each. So here's the Mafex chapter, here's the Jada chapter, here's the Turtles chapter, that kind of thing. Also, I'm thinking for the top 10 list, and let me know if this sounds cool to you guys. I'm thinking that I'm going to take some B-roll of the characters I'm talking about, or the figures I'm talking about, and at the same time, like it'll be a split screen. So you'll see the B-roll on the left-hand side, and at the same time, I'll shoot a picture with them, or of them, on the cell phone, and I'll be making all the adjustments to the picture via the smartphone, so you can see what I'm doing to play with it and see just how impressive smartphone cameras actually are. And that way, by the time I'm done talking about the figure with the B-roll, and by the time I'm done with the picture and showing all the edits that I've made and all that stuff, then I just snap a picture of the figure and we move on to the next one. Or I show you the final figure and then we move on to the next one. You think that sounds good? It's a format I've been messing with in my head, and I got to record tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see what all of you think. Because I think it sounds like fun. See, Rulo, I would like to tell you the Black Widow is the best, but my figure is on, let's see, Hiram's house. Man, is he busting that open right now and just messing with it? Like he's just sitting there saying, well, I guess Rulo's not going to be getting this anymore. This is my Black Widow. Don't let him do that, man. That's not good. All right. Yep. I figured. I translated. Look, that's the best Spanish-speaking translation I've ever done. I should be commended. I shouldn't at all. All right. Spaded one. Nah, I got a random Iron Man. I found it, Ross, for $6. You know what? Even better. Man, I wish I found out I have a Ross by me and it's not actually open. Like, oh, you guys are killing me. Made me sad. Spaded one. Ooh, Mega Man looks so good. Yeah. They're ridiculous. I feel like I need all the Jada. I found that entire Spiral wave at Ross last week. Spiral, Phoenix, Multiple Man, all of it. Nice. Who else was in that? Spiral, let's see. I think there was a Havoc, right? Was there, I'm assuming there was a Wolverine. Oh yeah, I don't remember at all. It's been a while since I saw that one. I mean, you named, I probably would have gotten Phoenix. I would have forgotten Multiple Man. It happens, but that seems to be the way with Legends lately. They just found it Ross, but I'm wondering if that's going to slow down. Jericho, welcome aboard, man. Hey, Dave, when's your birthday? I want to buy you a retro Duke and make you a believer. I appreciate that. But here's the thing. I'm going to get Duke. I'm a believer in the figure itself. Duke himself, though, he's a bad, bad character. He's bad people. He must destroy Flint. He's going to take him down in his sleep. I'm just saying. I don't actually really know. I need to catch up, actually, on the newer G.I. Joe comics. I think, what is it, Robert Kirkman's doing? I want to check those out because I've seen that they're doing Duke right now. And his face, the art doesn't look all that to me, but maybe the story's really good. I know Robert Kirkman, well, at least he seems able to write. I don't know if he's writing this or he has somebody else doing it, but and I appreciate it. But don't worry, I will. Duke will be mine. I just, you know, once they do the same treatment with Flint, Duke's going to get sidelined. My overall top figure I got this year is NECA Strongheart. Great medieval knight character. That whole line kicks major ass. It does. I was looking at a bunch of NECA stuff the other night too. And Strongheart, like I'm looking at it going, okay, if I were to dip into another NECA line, what would it be? And first, I think it would be Archie Comics. They look like they're going to scale well with the Mirage stuff. And Last Ronin, here's a weird take. Let me know what you think. I'm going to wait until the Casey Jones comes out because I know there's going to be a bunch of reviewers that are going to put that Casey Jones next to the Mirage Casey Jones or the cartoon Casey Jones and all that, so I can see how they scale. And I figure if Casey Jones is about the same size as the Casey Jones I have, which is the Mirage one, then I'll figure, okay, Last Ronin line scales well. I know the Turtles are bigger, but there was also the big crazy mutation thing that happened, so it makes sense to me that they're bigger. But Casey Jones shouldn't be much bigger. So if he's much bigger, then I figure Last Ronin line doesn't scale, so I won't have to worry about it, theoretically. But then I was looking and I thought Gargoyles looks really cool. D&D, and I'm not a D&D guy at all, but those figures look incredible. So yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking Grimsword. I was thinking Zarek. I was thinking Warduke. What's the one? Elkhorn. Like, yeah, I'm serious, man. I was checking those out. I think they all look great. They would be another way to spend my money if Toypixx goes crazy this year. And if not, and Toypixx waits to go crazy till next year, then I just spend my money on them the following year. They shall be mine. I'm fairly confident I'll want those. Did you do a top 10? What top 10 are your figures? Aha! I'm working on that video, so I'm not gonna spill that. But I'm sure people in the chat right now probably heard the solution is that I'm going to spend way more money on figures this year, only because that means that Toypixx is doing much better this year. But yeah, I'm work on that video tomorrow, and the caveat is it's the top 10 figures under $50. I saw Dorklair do that. I think it was a couple years ago. He had like under 50 and over 50. And I thought it was a great idea because really it's hard to say, like, for instance, anything that's Mafex Mofex versus anything that's Jada. Although the only real difference there, it seems, these days is just the number of accessories, though that does matter with photography. So anyway, long-winded way of saying the next video I record is just going to be 50 and less. And then I didn't get too many that were 50 and higher, so that's probably going to be a top 5 video that I do. But don't worry, they're coming. The under 50 should be a Wednesday, if everything goes well when it comes to recording it tomorrow. Yay, throat clearing. Harry, my top here has to be Four Horsemen Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. I was so bummed. That was the one time. What weekend was that? It was like Easter weekend or something like that. I can't remember what weekend it was when he was released and all the pictures were going up. I was nowhere near my phone. So like I was spending time with the family. Maybe it wasn't Easter. It feels like it was later than that. Anyway, whatever weekend that was, I was spending time with the family, and I thought, you know what, just not gonna bother looking at the phone this weekend. I'm not gonna keep up with the toy stuff. I'm good. Let's just have some fun. And by the time I saw it again, he was gone. And anything that's a monkey, I don't know if I've made this clear. Monkeys are awesome by default. I actually want Gorilla from Super 7. I still need to pick up Thane from AWOC. They're cool because they're monkeys. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, he looks awesome. Duke #1 is so good. Is it? Oh man. See, I haven't really gotten into comics since Hickman's X-Men run, which I liked. I liked the whole first thing, the Fall of X and the, what is it? No, it wasn't Fall of X. It was the House of X, something 10. I can't remember. They were two separate comics that were running at the same time. They were tying into each other. There were 12 total issues. And I liked that except for the resurrection angle. I didn't like the resurrection angle. I thought at the part in those comics where like Wolverine and Nightcrawler died, at that point, as much as it would suck, because I love Wolverine and Nightcrawler, if they'd actually stayed dead, I thought that would be perfect. Like their speed, like them talking to each other towards the end there, woo, it actually tugged. It was fantastic. And then I saw, wait, they can come back? And then, instantly stakes are gone. But I liked the story overall. Since then, I haven't even picked up Last Ronin. I know all about Last Ronin. I've read the synopsises and all that stuff. But G.I. Joe has a special place in my heart, as does Transformers. And I think Kirkman's studio or whatever is doing both of those. So I might be popping into my LCS a little while. Because yeah, I do wanna stay up on that stuff. Is Duke #1, is that still written by Hama? I know he was writing most of them, at least way back when. Let's see. Holy Goma, hey Dave, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Hiram doesn't have any of your figures over his plate, does he? Rulo was telling me that he's holding Black Widow hostage. Not good. Not good. All right. I love it when I miss the button. So let's see. A good idea for scale in the Ronin line is the Sinjabot. It's a generic human-shaped goon. The turtles tower over it. It's almost in scale classified. Really? Man, I'll have to check that out. The Sinja was a Best Buy exclusive, right? I know that the Wanderer is, and I'm kind of torn. Do I really need the Wanderer? I mean, Mikey is my favorite turtle, and he was telling that story. Although somebody did make a good point, and they said, Mikey didn't say that he was the Wanderer. And I'm like, maybe this isn't Mikey, but he was telling the story. These are the thoughts that infiltrate my brain. Let's see, if I go NECA, it'd be the last of Universal Monsters black and white figures, which, let's see, the creature from the Black Lagoon and Bride of Frankenstein, plus the Frankenstein from Bride. I was looking at those too, and I don't know that I could go into black and white, because everything I shoot is color, and the way they would mix would be weird. Like, I don't know, like way back when they were doing black and white television shows, they would wear shirts that were just opposite of, say, the color of the tie, because it was black and white. They could say they're wearing a red shirt, but it's actually maybe a sort of a blue shirt and a black tie or whatever, because black on film looks like the same color in black and white. So there was all that. So mixing the colors, mixing with the black and white figures, I don't know. I think they look great, but I don't know if I could do it. And the Universal Monsters, for me, because I'm this guy apparently now, I'd have to go Jada, just because they scale better. But I 100% think the NECA ones look better. And I think even the creature from the Black Lagoon might be a better all-around figure. I mean, he might move better than what Jada's got going on. So I fully understand my bias there, which makes me good. I don't know. Plus, must have those NECA 80s Flash Gordon. Are you talking about the movie? Because I was looking at those too, and I don't know enough about the movie. I don't know enough about Flash Gordon, to be perfectly honest. Spaded one. I'm honestly still considering selling my last Ronin, Archie Slash, and Man Ray. There's just way too much NECA TMNT to keep up with it, all of it. I know. And that's the thing, man. I'm sitting here going, okay, if Toypixx makes tons of money, then I'm definitely going to dip into Archie, because I feel like Archie's just wacky enough where they sort of blend in with Mirage, but not really. And I started thinking in my head, again, the thoughts that pop up here, where I can have like the Mutanimals hanging out with the Mirage ones going like, yeah, man, they killed us off in our own book or in like the other Turtles book. So we didn't know what to do. And so the Mirage Turtles are like, no worries, man, hang out with us, have some beer. Because the Mirage Turtles, not all about the pizza. That's right. I'm one of those. Although I'm kind of looking at them going, you know what would be helpful? Giving them some pizza and getting that Super 7 pre-wagon. Again, that's a lot of scratch. So yeah, again, recognizing my biases. Mr. Madsen, No Duke and Coco are a different timeline, different writers. Oh, really? So alternate timeline. Is Hama still going to be involved? Like, are they going to continue the stuff? I know it was Marvel way back. IDW is the one that most recently had it, right? And yeah, what were those noises? I'm trying to think of the correct question to ask here. Is Hama going to continue that continuity with Kirkman's comics? Because I'd be curious about that. Although, does it really matter since I wasn't reading the IDW ones? I'm just looking at something that's kind of a fresh start. So who knows things? I push the buttons. See, the numbered comics that are over 300 are Hama's book. The others are in the Void Rivals, Dark Energon, Transformers, Joe Universe. Okay. All right. So the numbered comics that are over 300, are those also being put out by Kirkman? I think, I don't know. I was going to say, I think so. That's what you're saying, but I don't know things. I shouldn't be talking out of, things. See, I got the Wanderer Mikey fig. You really don't need it. So let's see. It's like be a different story if the skin tone matched the existing Mirage figs. It's much darker. I have seen it. I did see it in Best Buy, but I don't know. I'm kind of sick in the head like that. I'm like, man, I want it all. What do you think? Okay, so anybody collecting the Mirage line, anybody that's not collecting the Mirage line, who needs Kirby? Like, I think anyone of us who do appreciate at least comics from way back when, maybe some of us that are appreciating comics now, I feel like we need Kirby. I have Stan Lee, I need Kirby. And then I need like to give them both boxing gloves and put a scene together where they're fighting or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think almost everybody needs Kirby. I think that's a figure that should cross over. I think you could put that thing with everybody. Robert, I still remember Storm Shadow fighting all those sharks. Remember, he's still strong on that one. Plus the comic, I think, issue 31 or so, where Destro, Firefly, and Zartan, they ambush him. I remember the ambush. I remember him with the sharks. I remember the fact that he survived it. But I was trying to remember, I think it was on one of these live streams too. Did he, I think he used some kind of ninja pretend I'm dead technique, or his breath stopped just long enough for people to think he was dead. It was something like that, wasn't it? Or am I off? I'm trying. It's been a couple years since I read those books. And of course, Flint being my boy, I remember things like him fighting eels, and I do remember the Storm Shadow stuff, just not quite as well. See. Snake Eyes, egad. Let's see. Yeah, Snake is great issue. Yeah, that was the silent issue, right? Or am I now just all over the place? And was I wrong? I remember Storm Shadow fighting sharks and Snake Eyes wanting to save him. Something like that. Okay. Not Kirkman, Image, his publishing company. That's all he has to do with. Okay, got it. So he bought the rights, but he's publishing it through Image, right? Because I think He's been with Image for a while. That's who he did Walking Dead through, correct? It's been a while since I really learned my stuff, or since I knew any of my stuff to begin with. So one Kirby is must have. That issue was one of the few I had as a wee lad, and I kind of just dig the idea of a Jack Kirby fig in general. Worst case, he's a guy in the street for photos, absolutely. And that's what I'm thinking. Like, he could be everywhere, but I still want to have, like, give him some boxing gloves and have he and Stan just throw down. I don't know. I think that would be a funny picture, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's thought of that. I bet there's going to be a lot of Stan versus Jack photos out there, and I'm here for all of them. They will be a blast. They will make me, oh, so happy. Yeah. All right, let's see here. What do we have? I'm going to go to, hang on, we got Mr. Man. You were all over the place. Snake Eyes Fight the Shark. Issue 21. Okay. I remember issue 21. He saves Scarlet. All that good stuff. I am remembering that one okay. I thought it was Storm Shadow that fought the Sharks and Snake Eyes wanted to save him. Was it the other way around? Wow. Maybe it's been a little longer than a couple of years since I read the G.I. Joe books. Maybe I need to go back and read them again. Maybe they didn't leave the impression on me that I wish they had. But I remember Flint fighting the eels, Flint throwing down on the roller coaster. That was good times. Now I have to just totally check my memory bank and be like, okay, what did I have to think about that replaced all the G.I. Joe comic memories? These are the things that I actually need to know. All right, let's go to new window. I want to go first to Valaverse. That's right. First, we're going to Valaverse, typing things, and I'll share screen as soon as I get to what I want to check out, because I should be doing things like that. Let's see, product archives, store. Here we go. It's not linking. Oh, hey, I can just look at the top menu. Thanks. Ooh, yeah. All right. Now let's share this screen. Because, yeah, there's a few figures in here that I want very badly. Things that I'm going to need to pick up positively. I bet the screen looks better now because I'm smaller and less grainy. All right. Yeah, I got it. Yay, cookies. Series 2, Series 3. It does seem to be taking a bit to really load everything. I still want this female Steel Brigade. I have Eclipse. I think she's a great figure. I actually was considering selling her just because, like, I like the figure, like I just said, but I got her from the first run, so her hands and her head, you still need to use the hairdryer to pop them off. But then I thought about it. I'm not going to sell her for what I bought her for. And there's no guarantee, unless I bought directly from Valaverse, which I could do, that I'd get a figure with better hands and head. So I thought, nah, I'll hold on to her. Gemini's all right, but I think Eclipse and Steel Brigade for me, probably because they're not just strict military looks. But yeah, I think those I kind of like the Riot Trooper. We have here Desert Gear Pack, Delta Gear Pack. Yeah, this is a line that I could just spend tons of money on. I need to get the gear pack for the Spec Ops. I have one of those, and I need to get kill switches and Eclipse's upgrade packs. I gotta get Pandora. I gotta get weapons. Like, truly, one of the reasons I don't get a lot of Action Force is because I could go nuts buying Action Force. Like this Urban Commando. I want this figure so bad. Like, I want this figure to basically be my army of figures. Like, this is the one that all my figures throw down with. All right, let's see here. All right. Guess I have to go back. Why do you have to do this to me? Like, look at all this. For 30 bucks. Zoom in, you fiend. All right, well, anyway, for 30 bucks, all that stuff that you get. That's insane. And there's another head, so it could be black or white that's not pictured here. Look at the detail on this stuff, man. Like, this guy is perfect. Like, he could throw down with Toypixx figure, like Batman, Spider-Man. He could go after the Turtles. He could do all those things. Just like, and I mean, I'll get the Musk Dio when it comes out. I've got, what, a city Dio, not a city, but like a building Dio in a city. Like, this trooper is awesome, and he would fit my needs perfectly. And for 30 bucks, like, I should load up. But again, one of the reasons I don't go too crazy on this line is because I would go too crazy on this line. Yeah, my internet is kind of funky. Page unresponsive. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing that, and I'll head back to the old StreamYard. See what you guys got going on. Nope. I guess I kind of am sharing it still. Oh, well. Issue 21 is the silent issue. He saved Scarlet, but there was another issue where Destro, Firefly, Zartan ambushed Snake Eyes at his cabin. Okay. You know what? I'm trying to remember it. I was going to say, oh, yeah, but I'm trying. I got nothing. Not the one we were talking about the other night where Timber made an appearance as well, because that's not a bad thing. Okay, let's see. All right, it's still now. The page is here. It's still kind of unresponsive. All right. This is making me sad. What did we have? I wonder if, obviously, I was going to say I wonder if it's Valaverse, but obviously I've proven that my internet's kind of spotty, even though I feel like it should be pretty good. Okay, here's another one that I basically need. And I have no need for it. Like, I can't think of any story need or any kind of need like that. But this blowback is insane. Look at that thing. That's a little pricier, but he comes with so much. Look at this. And the ghillie suits, cloth goods. I'd say that confirms that cloth goods are pretty pricey, because Valaverse tends to keep their prices fairly low. Yeah, he just looks really good. And look at all the heads. Like, you got the balaclava going on. You got just straight up camo with like a different expression. Oh, that's where you're getting up the shot. That's sweet. Yeah, this guy's awesome. See, this is why I don't go all in on Valaverse, because I would go all in on Valaverse. All right, we're going to stop sharing the screen for just a little bit here. If I can find the button. Show me button. Why doesn't it saying stop the screen or stop sharing? Guys, I am technologically not bright. And I have to work on my website. You know how much fun that is. See, I think it was issue 31. What issue was the one Ace and Wild Weasel salute each other in their jets? I don't remember what issue that was, sadly. I remember the only issue number, in fact, I remember two issue numbers. 3, issue 1, issue 21, and issue 155. I remember those. That's about it. But I do recall Wild Weasel and Ace saluting each other. So I guess I'm okay there. Oop, here we go. We can stop the screen. Yes. I got smart-ish. Not really. But I pretended, and that's half the battle. See, Gemini looks like Elvira or Betty Page. She does! Oh, I didn't notice that before. She definitely looks like that. I think, now that you said that, I think maybe Betty Page a little more. Oh, man. Now I'm not going to be able to not see that. All right. Issue 31 was Destro, Firefly, and Fred 1 assault on Snake Eyes cabin with Airborne and Spirit. It also has Baroness, Major Blood coercing Billy to kill his father. Okay. All right. You guys are clearly way more prepared for this conversation than I am. But I remember Billy being coerced. I couldn't have told you who did it. I'm skipping. I'm bouncing. What is happening? Wow, your memory is awesome. Yeah, that issue. Yep. Not my memory. I think I just forgot all the important things like that. Okay. So much. You guys are good, man. Because I do not have that at all. I have it for figures, which is kind of odd. Geez, I hate being called blowback. Worse than snow job. Oh well, better than trouser snake. It was fumbles. It was always fumbles. Man, after you guys, it might have been you. I can't remember. Everybody, people were bringing that up a few live streams ago, and I went back and watched it. That is such a ridiculous bit, and I laughed my butt off the whole time, especially with Duke. Torture Duke by being like, no, no, you'll live. I'll let you live, or whatever he says there. I'm like, yeah, that's right, Duke. You live with that because you're Duke. I don't know why I'm like that. I do. I do. Gemini looks like Abby from Inside. Oh man, she looks like her too. It's not just the pigtails though. Facially, what do you think? Because I can see facially Betty Page a little bit. I don't see Elvira so much, but Abby from NCIS. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I can picture her. Can't remember the actress's name. Buttons, buttons, and more buttons. See, yep. Might not be too far off. Okay, let me go. We're going to type here a little more. See if I can get this internet to work a little better. Let's see here. I'm just typing in NECA Ultimate because ever since I've gotten more of those NECA figures, I want more NECA figures. And that's a dangerous place to be. So dangerous. So dangerous. Okay. Why is like the share screen thing has kind of disappeared? It's weird. So many things that I have to kind of figure out. Okay, let's do that. Let's push more buttons. Oh, you know what I did before that showed up, that showed all that stuff off? Present. There we go. For whatever reason, it's not showing share screen in like the small view. It's only showing it in the larger, like when I blow the image up. All right, here we go. I went to NECA. I just typed NECA Ultimate because I don't need the other stuff. We'll just start with new and popular. All right, guys. Now, if you saw the video, I got the first 4 turtles from the Universal Monsters line, and now I'm afraid I'm in. And I know they don't scale with the comic stuff, but yeah, they're works of art, really, more so than action figures. They're still great, but it's insane how good they are. I never saw a Thanksgiving, so there's nothing there I need to worry about. If I get anything RoboCop, you know me, it's going to be Mafex Mafex. Bon Jovi, no thanks. Don't know anything. I know nothing of horror. I need to see The Thing. I still need to see RoboCop. And I was going to do that over the weekend, and I just didn't. Here we go. We've got Elkhorn. And one thing about this figure, let's see if... oh, look at that. It's kind of moving. I like it. I'm only zooming through here so I can show the picture with all the things. I mean, look at that. That is insane. And I know it's a smaller figure, but that's a lot of stuff. And I'm wondering if, because I keep hearing that NECA's prices have gone up a little bit, and I don't know because I just wasn't collecting when everybody kept saying how easily they break. So I'm kind of used to what they're at now. But I'm wondering if the reason that other companies aren't using a lot of paint and NECA is, I'm wondering if that is why their prices have gone up a little bit more. On the other hand, I'm not sure they've gone up as a percentage any more than anyone else's. But yeah, man, that kind of stuff, that's kind of got me. And he probably breaks my rules. He probably doesn't have double jointed elbows, but he's a small figure, so I kind of forgive that, especially like with things like the Ewoks. I totally forgive that. And I know he's not that small. Your chair falling apart, peeling. I had the same problem. Time for a new chair. Humidity sucks. Man, during COVID, I spent a lot more time at my mom's place. So all the figures were with me there. And I just left all the stuff in the castle, which is what I call my place, It's just an apartment. But obviously I didn't need to have heat on. Like I had heat fairly low, so things would happen in the winter. But yeah, humidity killed it. And I didn't regulate the temperature at all. And when I came back, started bringing all my stuff back here, I noticed the chair, like I sat down in the chair and I got up and there was just a big butt print from where I sat down because of the peeling. So yeah, I definitely need a new chair. That's another Toypixx thing. I'm telling you, man, Toypixx has to make all the monies. It's got to sustain the world. The 2 RoboCop figures from Mafex should be dropping any day now. I know. I've got to stave up. I need to get the 7 comic figures that I need from them right now. That's I've got Poison Ivy already. She's taken care of. She just isn't here yet. But then the other 7, I suppose, are Nightfall, Batman, and Bane, Cap and Phoenix, Daredevil, and Scarecrow. So like I'm way comics heavy when it comes to Mafex. In fact, the only ones I have that aren't comics are the 2 Boba Fett's. So yeah, there's that. I've got to figure many things out still. But yeah, I definitely want to load up. I definitely want to get those figures. Like I say, man, Mafex is the line that I would buy everything if I could. I want to see that Killer Thanksgiving movie. They really needed a snappy tagline like "Gobble Gobble Mother." Yep, I really think that would make a great tagline for a horror movie. That would, but what? I wonder if they could put that commercial on YouTube. Have you guys seen the commercial for Jack Links, where like the Sasquatch grows out of that dude's back, and you see him just peeing across the room, and he just knocks down a urinal? Like, it's hilarious. But I'm watching it going, there's no way this commercial could be on CBS, but maybe a commercial like you're describing could be on YouTube. Because yeah, I thought that was quality. Maybe not quality, but it was quality. But yeah, that's the kind of line I definitely get into, is start diving a little more into this NECA, all that, the D&D figures. See, let's close this out. Obviously, I have to get the Universal Monsters and TMNT. I'm skipping this Splinter because I think they'll do a more Mirage colors version where he'll have more of an orange gi, I guess, or robe, or whatever you'd call that. I'm skipping Gremlins just because they don't size well, but I love Gremlins and Gremlins 2. So anyway, Chucky. Is Chucky iconic? Well, iconic's the wrong word. Is he pop culture enough for the collection? I still have to figure that out. I do want this Nosferatu, I think. See, then you got the gargoyles. Are these the Flash Gordon figures you were talking about before? Because I was seeing those the other day when I was looking all through NECA. And then you got Last Ronin figures. Whew! Man, oh man. Yeah, NECA's looking good. And then you've got... I'm holding you guys in suspense while I type. You've got the Turtles of Grayskull, which are just ridiculous. They're just stupid fun, I think. Like, this Ram Man is one of my favorite things right now when it comes to just looking at goofy toys. That thing's awesome. Woo! Ironic Bionic. Happy New Year. Thanks for stopping by. So the question of the night has been, well, is, I suppose, what are your favorite figures from 2023, and do you have any collecting resolutions? I'll reiterate, my collecting resolution is to actually spend more money on figures than I ever have, simply because that means that Toypixx is doing very well. So really, it's just something that would happen because I'm doing well with Toypixx. So yeah, maybe the resolution is more do well with Toypixx, but I think I'm on the right track there. Anyway, now I'm babbling, and I'm not going to give off my top 10 or anything because I'm going to talk about those in a video that should post Wednesday. But hey, man, yeah, thanks for stopping by. All right. Let's see, my Mafex I want is Black Hush Batman, maybe a Nightwing, and the villains just got Blue Bats and Superman and Catwoman. You know what? That Catwoman is the best female figure I own. She's incredible. Like, yeah, I can't even come up with words. Basically, if Mafex got a hold of Black Widow and gave her the same finish and the same everything as that Catwoman, that would be the definitive Black Widow, because that Catwoman is absolutely glorious. So I wouldn't be too upset about that. That Superman, I think, is the best Superman out there, bar none. The only thing it could use is a face where he looks a little happier, not creepy happy like the most recent McFarlane one that got announced. But I know that Mafex tends to really stick to the likeness of the comic. Superman wasn't a very happy guy in that comic, which is understandable. And Blue Batman, that Batman is the one that changed my collecting trajectory forever. So I'll always have a special place in my heart for that one. The Black Batman, he's very cool. The Nightwing, also very cool. And the villains, also very cool. You basically can't go wrong with Hush, except I think we talked about the other night. You don't really need Hush, and you don't need the Batman in the flight suit that lasted for one panel. At least that's my opinion. That's what I say for my own sanity. Ooh, yeah, that Scarecrow is freaky too. Like when he was announced, it was over Christmas. I was down with the niece and all that stuff and my family. And so I'd pull up his picture and be like, "Isn't he adorable?" And she'd just look at me. I don't think she agreed. Mr. Matson. You know what? I do agree that he is a little disappointing in that regard, specifically the price, because I don't know, did he have any weapons that he used in Hush? Because that's the one thing that Maplex really does, is they stick with the look and everything else of the character from that comic run. They don't seem to give them extra things. So if he had like a scythe or anything else like that, then yeah, I totally get that. But if he didn't, then I'm not so upset about the lack of accessories. I am kind of jarred a little by the price. It's one of the reasons that I shop on AmiAmi is I can generally get figures, even with fast shipping, for between $20 and $30 cheaper than using something like BBTS or probably even HLJ, which makes me sad because I have an affiliate account with HLJ. And the only way I can get an AmiAmi affiliate account is with their Japanese site. And I can't speak that. So, yeah, anyway. But anyway, AmiAmi, if you guys want Maplex figures, that's where I go. Although Bully, who was on here earlier, if he's still here, he gets his stuff at Nin Nin Game, which does well. And somebody else brought up a My Combini. I can't remember what they said, but they said that's a pretty good place for Maplex as well. And here I am with just Ram Man hanging out on the screen, just partying because he can. See, all right, all right. Apparently that was the Flash Gordon you were speaking of. More speak. Gordon's alive. See, I don't know things. I need to know things. I need to learn things. And yet, how much? Clearly, I read the G.I. Joe comics and I didn't learn enough there. See, NECA made all the Flash Gordon movies. I knew that. But didn't they have like a comic, like when they did the Phantom and they did Flash Gordon, and who was Ming the Merciless? Is that right? Like, because those were more comic-y looks. I knew they did those, but I wasn't, and I knew that they did the movie ones. I just wasn't sure which ones Robert was talking about. So just trying to figure things out. But now that we're having this discussion, I should have figured it out because there's only 2 Flash Gordon characters in that wave that I'm talking about with the Phantom. And at this point, maybe I'm even off with that. Great googly moogly. Scarecrow would look good with the rest of the villains. He would. And I love the Joker. Most people don't like the Joker from Hush. I think that thing looks maniacal. I think it's perfect. See, my Dark Wolf from Frazetta Girls just shipped. Can't wait till I get him. Nice. I was looking him up again after the last time I was talking to you guys, and he does look good. But I went to their site, and it was waitlist time. And so I'm going, okay, all right. It's probably good that he's on waitlist. I'll hold off for a little bit, and we'll see what happens. See how Toypixx does in the next few months. Robert, only though I hate about Mayfix Batman is that tent of a cape. Wish we could swap it out with options. You know, yeah, the one thing that could have helped that, I don't even mind that there's no wire at the bottom. I wish that the two inside wires were a little heavier, a little stronger, and I wish that there was a middle wire. If there was a middle wire and the two inside wires were just a little stronger, I think we can make a lot more happen with that cape. But yeah, I do agree there. Still, the perfect Batman. For me, wish McFarlane would release the rest of the animated Teen Titans, grab Cyborg way back, and was hoping for Tara. Ooh, Tara. She'd be pretty cool. I wonder, would McFarlane release her before? No, come on, it's McFarlane. We know better. He'd totally release like Robin first, and then Beast Boy, and then a couple years down the line, he'd find a way to put like Starfire or Raven in a 3-pack, and then Tara would be like some McFarlane Toys store exclusive. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do wish that McFarlane would get off the whole like, what is it called? Like the ones where they pack 6 and one of them, like the exclusive style figure. I can't remember these things because it's such an old school way of doing things. I'm like, no, stop doing that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't make me sad. Let's see, it wasn't Two-Face and Hush. Love of my effects, Hush, Two-Face. Ra's al Ghul, Gordon, Talia. A Gordon would be awesome. A Ra's, and by the way, I know that the Nolan movies say Ra's. Batman the animated series, I'll probably always say Ra's, and I think it sounds better. It's like Mafex versus Mafex. I think Ra's sounds mightier than Rosh or Raj or Raz. Raj? Where did Raj come from? Raz doesn't sound as mighty, as befitting of that character as Ra's, is all I'm trying to say. I think Two-Face was in Hush. I'm trying to remember. I didn't even read the book. I just saw the movie. I know. Oh, by the way, has everybody seen the Long Halloween animated movies? Like, I think they were split into 2 parts. Great stuff. That was very cool. Ironic Bionic. Good Lord. No, I can't read. FYI, some of the NECA classic horror, Frankenstein and Invisible Man, are still on clearance for $17.50. Ew! Are they the black and white? Because Robert was talking about needing some black and white stuff. What was it, though? Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. Yeah, see, that'd be sweet. You know what? I've still got Ram Man up. Let's try, let's see what else I can do here. Let's shut him down. And now we'll just chat for a little bit. Because I can. You know what it might be? Aha, that's part of it. I had the screen sort of hidden. That's me doing things. Let's see. NECA show make the Filmation. Okay. Filmation Flash Gordon. Should make the Filmation. Was there... I honestly know nothing about Flash Gordon, which makes me a bad nerd, but I fully admit that. So I'm assuming there was a cartoon Flash Gordon as well, or Buck Rogers, Il Gerard. I remember the name. I vaguely remember the first Buck Rogers, watching that, but not much past that. Yes, like I said, all the Flash Gordon figures, the Defenders, original comic, movie, and later comic strip versions. There are 4 Gordons, 4 Mings, plus the other characters from other stories. Wow! Apparently, Flash Gordon's a big deal. Wasn't Flash Gordon one of the movies that inspired George Lucas to make Star Wars? I know it was Seven Samurai, Lone Wolf and Cub, those kinds of stories, but I think there was Flash Gordon too. Like he had just seen that and wanted to do something else that was space-like. Yeah, me not knowing things. It's got to be annoying for you guys. Robert, let's see. I want to pick up those Superpowers $10 deal. Great figures, none in my area. Those scalpers taking them all. Black Mana, 100. Holy crap! The Superpowers, like the redone Superpowers that McFarlane's doing, one of them is $100. That's insane. Wow. I'm trying to remember. I'm sure I saw that Black Manta when he was going up and all those things, but that's crazy. Yeah, I would, I probably wouldn't get him. Matthew Matson, Long Halloween and Hush Animated deviates too much from the comics. They probably do. That's something else. I need to read the Long Halloween, but I will say I thought the story, the way that they did it, was very good. But just like the books are generally better than the movies, I'm sure that the comic books are definitely better than the animated shows here, or the animated movies, I suppose. So yeah, these are things I need to check out. I'm telling you, I'm way behind on my comicness. Robert, not feeling that new DC animated style. I love Justice League Apocalypse War, the end game of DC Universe. That had turned into such a dumpster fire by the time it was done. At least I thought it did. That I thought it ended wonderfully. And I don't like, I get what you mean about the art style, but I feel like the one where Flash went back in time and was fighting with the Justice Society, I thought that one was really good. And I liked the idea of what they were doing with Superman. What was it, the Man of Tomorrow? I thought that was cool. But clearly, I didn't think it was cool enough because I don't think I've seen anything since those. So let me know anything else out. I gotta figure they've done a Batman one by now. Right. Let's see. Totally agree. Didn't care for Riddler. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that the Riddler getting taken out by Catwoman was not how it actually went down. So I'm gonna have to check that out. All right, guys. So I think we're gonna call it now. So thank you everybody for showing up. It's always massively appreciated. Truly, I love that you guys always take the time to hang out and chat figures and all that stuff. So hey, Happy New Year. I hope everybody has a killer 2024. And until next time, have fun and happy snapping. See ya. And now I'm going to awkwardly push end stream and see if it does it. Or make a face. Ready? I'm hitting the end stream now. Maybe not that face.